Hello there everyone, this is Protege, and I'm going to be trying something that a friend asked me to do. He was spectating this game that I played as support Nami, and was wondering how I played this lane to do so well, because he thought that Leona Draven would just absolutely destroy Israel Nami. And so he just kind of asked, and I figured I might as well do a video and see if there was some other interest in it. So I'm going to be looking at this lane matchup and what we do to play and how we play it in order to come out ahead. I'm just going to play most of it through at 1 speed or half speed and focus more on positioning, abilities, that sort of thing. To start off with, I know that bush vision is going to be very important in this game, and so I'm going to start with 2 green wards, a pink ward, 2 pots, and then charm and my utility masteries. Now we go for the invade. We're a little late. They see us here. Eventually they actually run someone here. And then we go and step into a trap. Back off, head to our blue to leash it. So that's it for items. For masteries, I am 1, 13, 16 with the 1 point in the ignite mastery, 13 points in defense, and 16 points in utility. I'm running 21 armor in my reds and yellows. I am running 13 MR in my blues and 3 GP10 in my quints. That's a pretty standard setup for Nami. I run that almost every game on her. There are some games where I'll take other runes, especially hybrid pen reds, because they actually scale pretty well with her. I max Q on Nami, and it does a lot of damage if you can hit it, and hybrid pen works really well with that. As for why I took Ignite over something like Exhaust, the lane pressure is really helpful, and you're actually going to see that in lane, that a lot of the damage comes from Ignite. It can be the extra little burst you need against them, and Exhaust, honestly, Draven is probably going to take Cleanse, because he needs it to get out of damage, and so if I exhaust him when he has Cleanse up, he's just going to do that, and it's immediately going to do nothing, whereas at least Ignite will put some damage on. If it were a more defensive, if I knew the player I was playing with, I'd go a little bit more defensive and probably take Exhaust anyway. But this guy seemed pretty aggressive in Champ Select, and so I took Ignite. Now this matchup is going to be very range dependent. They of course have a melee support, and so what's going to happen is that when they 2v2 us, they are tankier and do more damage. However, if Leona misses her E, and right now when she is not level 2 yet, so she does not have her E, we have a significant advantage in that we are always fighting a 2v1. Now, I notice that Draven hits an early level 2. He probably did golems, he got all experience from it. And so we kind of have to be cautious. We don't go in. I notice he's moving towards me. He's probably going to throw his E, so I juke up, miss it, or dodge it. Throw out my Q and miss, and then we turn on, get some poke on Leona. Leona hits level 2 now, so we have to be kind of careful, but we're also almost level 2, so we don't have to just back off and let them push into us. In addition, Leona's not playing that aggressive, so we're fine for now. So now that we're level 2, I'm going to have a point in Q, point in E. Ezreal's going to have a point in his E to avoid. I notice Leona is thinking about moving up here. I don't know if this is warded or not. But what I want to do is I want Leona to miss her E, because when she misses her E, we have 13 seconds. And notice, as soon as she misses it, I give E to him so we can play aggressive. I think we could have gone on the Draven a little bit more, just because, again, Leona would have to walk all this way, but we don't. However, Draven goes on me, I hit an easy Q, because he leads into it. Ezreal hits with damage, and we chunk up to about half health almost instantly. Again, Leona had to walk up on us, so she didn't really get the chance to do anything. So that was what I was talking about with the 2v1 fights that you have to force. And you're going to see that that's what we just try and do throughout this entire laning phase. I try to give E to Ezreal there, because I know he's going for a poke, and I want the damage to hit, but I don't get it. However, I managed to hit Draven with that Q. I ignite instantly for the damage. He cleanses, flashes, but I flash, and Ezreal flashes, and together we pick up the kill. I know Leona still has both her flash and her exhaust, So I'm very cautious about throwing my Q out, even if I had it. I'd stand on her to reduce the cast time, but she flashes out really early. So I get a nice and easy Q, and we get the double kill. And that's going to be huge for us. Oh, one more thing I actually wanted to look at. Is my positioning when I hit the Q. So Leona thinks that she can get out with flashing or else she would exhaust right now. But as soon as I hit the Q, she's going to exhaust, so I stand over Ezreal to try and block the exhaust. And I actually get it. It wouldn't have mattered there, but if it would have, that could very well have been the difference between a kill and not getting it. Now we're going to push out the lane, back up, and take our 2-kill advantage. We are down a little bit of CS, and this Ezreal's going blue build, so it's not going to be as effective, or we're not going to snowball as hard as we would if you went for a more early game centered build, but that's fine. Gonna fast forward. So here, we're going to be up in just a second. I'm sorry, I wanted to look at that. We're going to be up for a little bit, even though we're blue build. We have additional regen that they don't have, from my Philosopher's Stone to Leona's just Charm and Beats. And in it, oh hold on, I'm going to look at this real fast. So I see Draven's outline become yellow, and I know he's coming for me. I throw out the bubble. And I actually get him to go on me while he's still in turret. I hit him with an E auto to slow him, and he takes 2 turret shots. Ezreal's gonna go in. He takes the Q before he E's in. And he doesn't manage to get the kill. We turn, do a little bit of damage to Leona, chunk them both in half. And we're actually gonna misplay this pretty bad. I thought that they would both back because Leona Draven wants to be aggressive. Instead, they actually end up going for golems and then backing. So we don't push it initially because we want to freeze this. And it just ends up poorly where by the time we actually push it, they're already there. Now, when that happens, it's completely fine. I actually tried to back there for more wards so that we'd arrive, me and their team would arrive at the same time, or about the same time, and we'd have the wards, because as it is, I only have 1 pink ward and I don't necessarily want to throw that out here. I still want to use that for bush control, because I know that now we're going to be up a lot. We're both level 5, neither of them's level 5 yet, Leona's still level 3. So we're going to have a large advantage. Ezreal actually goes for a tier before he finishes his Elder Lizard. He apparently wasn't very used to the blue build. I actually asked him about it because he normally would go Elder Lizard first. Now notice Draven hit 6 while Leona's still 4, so we need to be very cautious. However, with Draven coming in, with Draven coming in for a gank, we don't need to be. E myself, slow them both, and then hit a Q. I thought Jarvan, no less, was going to EQ in. He actually went over and just ulted in, and we get an easy kill. So that's going to pretty much secure this lane. We're now up 3 kills on them. So we're actually going to both be level 6 before Leona is even level 5. Now, I'm going to notice Leona comes up here in a second, and I want to play aggressive on her. I ping her, but Ezreal actually walks into this bush. If he hadn't, I could have pretty easily hit an E-auto and then Qs to get the, probably at least force her flash, maybe even kill her after that. That was kind of a mistake by his part. If he just stayed up here and then after I hit something, eat in, it would have been a lot better. But that's fine. So, now that we're up levels, we're actually going to be able to zone them. We have everything up, they don't. And we're just stronger right now. Even with Ezreal's weaker build, that's fine. We want to poke because right now we're strong enough to actually zone Draven off of CS. So he isn't able to lifesteal that. Leona has her Philosopher's Stone now, but no pots, anything like that. So she's still going to be vulnerable to poke, especially because she's going to be squishy right now because we're higher level. Now, with the wave so close to turret, we can't really stop Draven from CSing, so he isn't going to be able to lifesteal through most of our poke, but we still want to put it on just in case. It does reduce their all-in potential. If they're down 200 health, that can very easily be the difference between a kill and a death. Because of that, we're just going to throw out Qs, Es, or Qs and autos mostly, to try and get them down. And you see, we're actually, even though Draven's going to stay up, Leona's going to just have to eat a lot of our poke, and it's going to stay on. So, like, now she's half health, and she couldn't go in. Even if she hits level 6 right now, and they want to play aggressive, there's no way they will win that trade with them this low. See, she's not even 6. I wasn't sure how close she was, but she comes down. Nunu's coming in. I throw my ult out, but we're pretty dead. That was just, Nunu walks in, we hit the CC. I don't have boots yet. Ezreal manages to get away. I stay down, I don't use my flash even though it's up, because I know I'm dead. The best that I would do is force Nunu to take it, and he takes it anyway, which is kind of nice. It's 300 gold going to him and 75 to Draven instead of the other way around, which really helps keep our lane in our favor, because right now we're actually even CS due to the early advantage they have had, and just some of the issues with our backing times. Now Jarvan's going to come down and try and gank, and I don't like this. He is going to trade for the Leona, and actually blow her summerness, which is kind of nice, but he's going to give a 3-0 kill to them, and he's going to die, and he was 2-1. And sorry, the Leona was 0-2, 0-1. And the J4 was 3-0, so that was bad gold for us, and he actually baits Ezreal into dying as well. That's not really his fault for the bait, but it's either way, the 1-for-1 trade would not have been a good idea. So they're going to push it into tower, and I'm just going to go ahead and CS there. I try to keep it from tower by autoing here, but I don't want to take minions. I don't want to get too low, because then they have instant kill potential on me. And if Leona Draven can ever instantly kill me, that's going to be bad for us, because Ezreal can't 2v1. And with this build, he doesn't have enough damage to trade kills on Leona or Draven before they kill me, if they can kill me in one Leona combo. So I want to stay near full health, and that's why as soon as I built my Philo Stone, I actually went into the Sight Stone. On most squishy champions like Nami, I actually would have skipped my Philo Stone for an earlier Sight Stone, or at least the Ruby Crystal portion. But on Nami, she really needs the mana. Even though maxing Q over W does help her mana a lot, it's not really enough, and you still need to max, or you still need a lot of mana regen on her. Now, I have everything up. Ezreal has ult up. I don't know about his summoners, so as soon as Draven comes in, I throw my ult up. Leona's here, so we can't go too all in, but we're still going to be able to do a lot of damage. I throw my Q out, hit him. He's already half health. I give E to Ezreal so that we can chase, or in this case, as Leona goes in, we can kite her. He goes on her. She's gonna throw her ult. I ignite. It actually probably would have killed. Yeah, it would have killed, but Ezreal manages to come in and get it. Draven turns in autos, and I actually hit a bubble on him because of that. Ezreal throws out his ult, and we pick up another kill. So that's another double kill for us. That's really going to stumble the lane, because right now we're bypassing the weakest part of Ezreal's build. When he's only got the Elder Lizard, he doesn't do nearly as much damage as, say, the Draven with the BF Sword. But that's not an issue, because we're still forcing those 2v1 trades. As Leona went in, Draven had to back off because he was at half health for me, and couldn't risk going in. Then, Leona had to walk out, and with my E on Ezreal, we were able to just kite her down, eventually kill her, and then trade. Now, we notice our team isn't doing that well. Even with our huge gold lead, they're losing base, top, and they're about equal in the jungle. So we take turret, take dragon, and normally I'd like to roam here, but Leona Draven both go bottom, and as farmed as our Ezreal is, he cannot 2v1 them, just because Leona Draven is so strong. So we're eventually going to come down here. I kind of want to back off. Annie has strong ganks. She has boots too already, and I don't have boots, I believe. Yeah, I do not have boots, so I don't want to be too aggressive. I kind of ping him back, because I don't want to hang out here. I kill this ward, think about going mid, but Annie's not there, and TF is kind of behind right now, so we don't really have kill potential. I go ahead and back off. And we're going to come back to lane. And I'm going to get Ezreal to come help me kill that ward. I know they just pinked my ward in Tribush. I said missing for the TF, but he still had to flash to the Leona. Draven has to back right now because he can't deal with Ezreal on his own. Ezreal right now is still going to do more damage than he is. Even though the Draven is a Bloodthirster to our build, we're just up a level and cooldowns, and we just have a lot more pressure right now. So we're going to go, I ping for my ward to get Ezreal to come. We kill it. Ezreal's going to go down here. I didn't specifically because I was worried they were right here. And you're going to see that I'm really worried he gets caught. He gets hit by the Draven E. He manages to E out, but by then I'd already cast my ulti to try and peel for him if it was needed. Now this was kind of bad. It's going to put us at a disadvantage. I come to kill this ward. I throw my Q and I back out in case I miss. Because if I miss, I can't safely kill this ward. However, when I hit, I'm able to kill it. I go back in, auto it twice, get out of there. Now, this is going to be kind of bad for us. Ezreal doesn't yet have much lifesteal. He only has his Dorans, and is he running base lifesteal? No, he's not. So he doesn't really have any sustain right now, so we're not actually going to be able to fight, especially because my ult is down. Because of that, I'm going to have to play pretty cautious. And you notice Draven actually comes in here. I give E for the speed, and I actually Q in front of him, expecting Draven to go more aggressive. He doesn't. I guess he's a little scared, which makes sense. I don't believe they have vision. No, they don't have any vision. They don't know where GA4 is. Because they've been pushed back so hard, and I've been clearing out their tri-wards. And Leona right now is very gold starved. TF's gonna come in for a gank, but he actually got Nunu slowed. And I didn't have ult, so there was no follow-up, so he actually just has to kind of back off and go back to mid. If he teleported further forward, it might have been decent, but I don't know that we would have won that 3v3, honestly. Right now, TF's not very strong. Nunu didn't have ult, but I'm still a little bit worried about that fight. I'm almost glad we didn't do it, because best case scenario, Draven probably still would have picked up a kill or two, and it would have been on the Ezreal, who has a very valuable shutdown. We go mid. I actually roam mid because I noticed two are there, and I want to take this to apply more map pressure to get us further into the advantage. J4 goes in and dies, but that's fine. Because we're going to pick up the kill on the Annie and get the shutdown kill. I flash in here thinking I can E auto, but it's not enough, and Nunu gets away just through his speed. Because of that, TF is going to push mid, and this did after the 3.7 patch, so he has enough attack speed to kill this. We're going to lose the bottom turret, but that's fine by us. We're strong enough that we can fight them, and we don't really need that turret there. Now, I'm going to fast forward. Because the laning phase is just about done, I'm going to look at specific fights and how I played them out. First one I'm going to look at is at about 1910, when they come in for a blue steal. I'm going to go back to only seeing what we see. So I see Nunu coming in, I Q him, I put E on myself and auto him to try and slow him down, while my team kills and kites this out, but he flashes in for the steal. Now, immediately, I'm expecting them to run down. The Draven's here, and it's just probably a better idea in general. However, they don't. They actually group up right here, and you're going to see they all get caught on a J4 ulti. Now, because if they were running down, I would not have made it down here anyway, so I go around in case they do come this way. J4 catches all three in an ulti, and as soon as that happens, I ulti all three as well. I stop the Nunu ult almost immediately. Sorry about that. Hit a Q on Annie, and we just wipe the floor. I'm going to go ahead and give my E to Ezreal to try and help him chase here and get the kill with the slow. But Draven's got a flash. I follow for a little bit, but I don't think we can get it, so I back out and go help Dragon. Ezreal flashes in, and using the tail end of my E and his Iceborne Gauntlet, he manages to pick up a nice kill. We end up taking Dragon, and that's that. The next fight I'm going to look at is at about 2110. Three people are grouped up in mid. It's me, the middle player, and Jarvan. I notice that they line up for an ult. Even though I miss my bubble, I hit the ult on them. We go in pretty hard. I get the 3-man ult, takes a TF stun, J4, ult, and we pick up a nice and easy 2 kills. Because of that, we're just going to straight out push down mid and just get more map pressure. Now this is kind of a long fight because they choose to fight this. You're actually going to see Draven's going to come in and get kind of caught. He tries to save turret. I miss my Q on him, and he feels safe, so he comes in. But Ezreal just E's in. He's way overextended. I give my E to Ezreal for the slow, and we get the kill with J4 follow-up. Nami also dies. Now after that, we're going to go on this turret. TF's starting to get low. I'm starting to get low on mana. J4 is almost out. Rumble's almost dead. So our plan, but Nidalee right now is top. Only Nunu's here. We're not that scared of him. We do back out. He actually throws down his ulti, and as soon as I see it, I Q it. Just to stop it. And it only ends up hitting me. We kill turret. And Annie comes in now. So we're actually going to back out. I have enough mana for one more Q, and it's up in just a couple seconds. Ezreal tries to get out, and I move back in to try and bait the stun on me. I still have flash. If they go on me, I can always flash out. But they stay on him. So I hit the Q. Ezreal hits the ulti. I give my... No, I do not have E for Ezreal yet. But it doesn't matter. We don't need it because Ezreal is really ahead right now. We go on Nunu and get the kill. Now Leona and Draven are back up. So we want to go ahead and back off this. But Ezreal is just too manly for that. So he actually goes back in. He sees them and thinks he can 2v1. I go back in to try and help and offer what I can, which isn't much because I don't have very much mana right now. He's gonna go. I'm behind, so she actually goes on me and stuns me instead. That's a big mistake by her. They blow all their CC on me, so Ezreal feels comfortable to E back in. However, I was backed out thinking, I'm let's get out of here. He goes in and tries to use his damage to get it. And he is going to pick it up with red buff. My Q actually gets the Draven low enough for the kill. But Leona is going to trade on to him. Now, I could have done that 2 different ways. I had Locket. Or if I had ignited either one, then we would have killed quickly enough for it not to have mattered. However, we do come out ahead, and we're going to back off though because we are all very low. We mess around with Baron for a bit, but nothing really happens until it's 45 minutes. We're kind of split. And at around 25 minutes, we're going to come in. We see Nid is up here, and we're going to try and collapse on her. She gets away. She's pretty fast. But I have Shurelya's. I have my E, and so I try and go on her. We do hit a slow. It's not very effective until Jarvan actually flashes off. And as soon as that happens, I'm not fast enough to come around and get over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, ward, and try to catch off people coming across. I'm a little too slow to get the Nunu. But Draven ulti is going to come across, so I know Draven's over here. I could have gone and tried to zone him, but instead I ult all 3 of these people and then go for a follow-up kill. We managed to follow up with Rumble and Ezreal ulti and pick up 3 easy kills. I see Annie walk up this way, and so I try and hit a Q on her. I position myself on the wall just so that I can if she tries to come around, but she jukes back down. However, TF holds in, Ezreal goes in, and we pick up the kill. With that, we take the turret and back off. We're low enough that we don't really want to risk doing damage. Finally, going to 27 minutes. We're going to see Nidalee is split pushing top, and so we have a huge numbers advantage mid. Nidalee is now here because she was chased off. J4 goes in, and even though this is kind of a sloppy fight by us, it doesn't matter because they're not here. We catch the Annie, she dies, we go on Nunu, he dies, and they surrender. If they hadn't, it wouldn't have mattered. We would have been able to just push down mid with 40 seconds left, and most of our cooldown's still up. Well, I say that really we only had my ult, but that's more than enough to clean them up. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any specific questions on my build, anything like that, feel free to ask in either the YouTube or the Reddit comments.